Okay, so we're making another video. Oh boy, how about that? So much fun. So cool. So cool. Anyways, yeah, we're not doing Minecraft today in this video, primarily because doing upkeep shit with Minecraft's performance and everything else is just not fun anymore, and I don't know, I just slowly got bored of Minecraft again. It always happens to me. I always get bored of Minecraft after a period of time to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to play Minecraft. So instead we're playing this, so yeah. Anyways, in the last video where I talked about me not using TikTok anymore, which we're going to get more on that in a bit, I mentioned how I wanted to make a video talking about other social media sites and how they've been slowly fucking themselves, slowly ruining whatever form of reputation they got, or just things that have changed with me and different social media sites, which I guess kind of go along the same thing in one another, but you know. I don't know how long this is going to be, because I don't know how long I'm going to talk about each little individual thing. So we're just going to start with a topic, talk about it for a bit, move on to the next one, and rinse and repeat until we get through. Sound good? Sound good. All right. So the first I want to get out of the way is actually TikTok, because despite my last video, I reinstalled the damn app and have been using it more, but also not as much as I've been using it. So let me explain, right? For those who haven't watched the last video that I made on here, maybe this is your first video on here or whatever, right? I made a video talking about how not using TikTok basically was good for my mental health, and it is. It very much is. It's actually like, wow, what a concept that I could be happier like this, right? Treason wouldn't know, but I'm sorry. I know I said I would stop making those jokes. I had to slip that one in there. Sorry. I'll stop. But anyways. So yeah, why did I go back to TikTok? What made me go back to the app? Well, fundamentally speaking, I don't know. I think it was out of an act of desperate nature, because I felt really sick, like, near the end of June. And I won't say why I was sick, because I'm traumatized by it. Anyways. But I'm not using TikTok that often as I used to. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some times where I'm just kind of scrolling through and whatever. But that never lasts as long as, like, 10 minutes, if even that. Like, I'll scroll through, look at a few things, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Back to Cookie Clicker. I'm not even kidding. There are more times where I close TikTok for the sake of Cookie Clicker. So yeah, this is honestly a little more on the shorter side of things. How did I do this? Anyways, yeah, it's a little more on the shorter side of things. But, you know, right? The main takeaway is, while I'm back onto TikTok, and hell, I'm even posting videos on there again, so for those curious, yeah, I guess I'm back, unfortunately. God, their fucking TOS is garbage, though. But luckily, there's still a lot of people who hate the country I'm in, so I guess it's not all that bad. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, I just don't use that as often. Now, I don't know if they've done anything stupid or whatever as of recent. At least I haven't personally heard of anything, and there goes my stupid, terrible dog, who could honestly be disowned and no one would miss her. Sorry. But anyways, if there is anything that TikTok did as of recently that's considered stupid or bad or whatever, that's personally beyond my knowledge. I haven't looked into it, so maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I'm not sure. I have no way of proving that they did or didn't do anything, so that's kind of in the air, I suppose. Yeah, no, I just only get on TikTok either to upload a video or if occasionally I want to look at stuff. But I don't even look at stuff for that long. And even then, at most, I only look through TikToks like while I'm at work, like during lunch break. And then once I'm done from lunch, I'm just like, okay, back to Cookie Clicker and whatever the fuck. And even then, that's not an all-the-time thing, because more often than not, when I'm at lunch, I'm just like, I'm going to pull up a Scott the Woz episode. Like, I'm going to watch Scott the Woz. That's what I've been doing. Because, like, come on. We already know that's better than TikTok. Watching Scott the Woz, obviously. I mean, that's just objectively a fact, but it's... You know it's bad when I fucking was watching stuff on Crunchyroll instead of going on to TikTok. Which, by the way, Konosuba is funny as fuck. I should have started watching that anime way sooner. It's really fun. Anywho, enough about TikTok. I feel like I've there wasn't really much for me to say here. Now we're going to talk about Blue Sky, because holy shit, I feel like the guys at Blue Sky watched my video of how I was like, Blue Sky was doing some pretty stupid things, so maybe I'll make a video on that. Dude, I feel like they watched that video and they knew, alright, let's fuck up. So for those who are out of the know or whatever, Blue Sky was basically a new sort of competitor for Twitter. Or X as it's called. Look, X is terrible. Like, it's a cesspool. It's genuinely a cesspool. I've never seen so many racists and fascists on one fucking site before. It's actually insane. Like, I wasn't expecting that at all. Don't get me wrong, I expected the asshole portion, without a doubt. Like, that part, it was like, that was Twitter even back when it was decent. So, like, I wasn't shocked that there was all of that. But holy crap, everybody else. Dude, it feels like, the joke people make of like, oh, it's just some ugly fat gamer in their basement, like their mom's basement and whatever. That feels like the entirety of Twitter at this point. That feels like the entirety of Twitter, where everybody is just a fat nobody, like, in their mom's basement, being keyboard warriors and shit. It's like, it's actually disgusting what you can find on there these days. Now, don't get me wrong, you can obviously find some fucked shit everywhere else, but Twitter's a new breed of stupidity. But anyways, sorry. You know me, I have to throw jabs at stupid shit. So what's the deal with Blue Sky? What's it been doing? It's supposed to be a competitor to Twitter. Is it failing? I wouldn't say necessarily that it's failing, but it's definitely trying to. Recently, they came out with this age verification thing. Now, I think it's only in select areas around the world, primarily Texas, because, say it with me now, Texans aren't smart. I would know. I'm not smart. So in summary, you have to give your ID and all that other crap if you want to use Blue Sky. No, I'm not doing that, bitch. I'm not going to fucking do that. The only time I did that sort of like age verification thing was with VR chat, and admittedly, looking back, I should not have done that. I really should not have, but I did because I'm stupid. Like, I can't undo it now, so I'm fucked. It's whatever, I suppose. So yeah, basically the age verification shit is, well, it's awful, to say the least. It's to protect kids. You know what's funny, actually? You know what's funny? Like, Twitter still doesn't have a fucking age verification thing. Are you fucking kidding me? That'd be like the one place you should have age verification. Have you seen the shit on there? Like, it's actually awful. It is actually fucking awful. Now, I don't know any of, like, the reasons as to why it's only Blue Sky, or let alone why Blue Sky had to do this. There's probably a reason. Maybe it's like the law or whatever in Texas, because again, we're fucking stupid. I don't know what that might be, but it's stupid. But what I do know is that this has deterred a lot of people from Blue Sky, more so than before, because even before the age verification, Blue Sky has just had many different problems. It was either super buggy for a lot of people, or there was just certain things that didn't function, which I guess kind of goes alongside with being buggy, but it wasn't so much less buggy, rather they just didn't implement the correct shit, if that makes any sense. Like, you can't really classify it as a bug if there wasn't even a function in the first place. It's just called the lack of trying. And of course, the people who are behind Blue Sky, they've done worse things than just the age verification. I mean, I want that to be 100% clear. No one's going to deny that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who run Blue Sky are fucking idiots. But then again, so were a lot of the people that ran Twitter, and we all still used it for a pretty good while before it became X. So, I mean, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite and be like, oh, I'm going to leave Blue Sky now because of this bullshit. It's like, but I didn't even do that when Twitter was like that, so that'd be hypocritical. Why would I do that? And plus, there's at least I don't have to deal with stupid toxic, like, fucking babies, like, on my fucking shit when I'm on Blue Sky. So, like, why would I want to fucking leave? Why would I want to leave Blue Sky when there's objectively better people on here? I'm just saying. There's probably a lot more to the Blue Sky sitch than what I'm, talking about and whatever, but that's neither here nor there. I heavily doubt they're going to fix it up, but Instead, I will tell you guys a little fix you can do, okay? Let's say you're someone who uses Blue Sky, you're upset with the age verification. Who wouldn't be? There are some ways you can get around it. So that way you could still use Blue Sky in your state or whatever. Because I don't know exactly all the places where Blue Sky, what the fuck? I don't know all the places where Blue Sky isn't available. I know Texas is obviously one of them because, well, you know, as if this place wasn't hell enough. I kid. It's not the apocalypse if I lose a social media app. It's not that deep, but anyways, what you could do is, you know, of course, use a VPN, right? I think I use the Proton VPN or whatever it's called. I'll probably put an image on screen or something like that. But yeah, I use that. The free version works just fine. As long as you connect to anywhere that isn't the US, chances are you'll be able to connect to Blue Sky with it. And if you don't want to leave it on while you're scrolling through Blue Sky, you could just simply use the VPN to get into Blue Sky, then turn it off, and as long as you keep the app open and it doesn't automatically reset on itself, you'll basically have unlimited access to Blue Sky without needing to fix up anything. So if you want to do it like that, you definitely can. Or alternatively, you can use the Witch Sky client. Witch Sky is basically a client for Blue Sky that does not run off of the rule of, hey, we need age verification. It doesn't do any of that stupid crap. So you could use that, but keep in mind it does not have an application form to it. It only can be accessed via a web browser. You know, like your mobile web browser and whatever. So if you do not have any way of accessing a web browser on your phone, I'm not sure how you wouldn't be able to, so I don't know why I said that, but you wouldn't be able to use Blue Sky. I believe there are some other Blue Sky clients that are in app form, but I've seen them with typically reviews overall, so I don't know if that's because it's still Blue Sky at the end of the day, or if it's because the clients themselves just aren't functional as an app. I'm not sure, but hey, Witch Sky people, if you're watching this, I would love to have your shit as an app. That would be fucking awesome. I would appreciate that. Like, you'd be saving me a lot of trouble living in this hellhole that I call Texas. So yeah, either VPN or Witch Sky or whatever other client you want to use. I suggest do your research on the different clients, of course, instead of just outright using whatever, because, you know, I had to do a bit of research for Witch Sky and whatever, and I was like, okay, this looks like it's got everything I need and a little bit more, so I'm going to use it. So that was my thing. I had to do a bit of research instead of just jumping the gun and going straight to what I wanted. So yeah, just do your research. If you guys, if my followers are the type of people I think they are, then don't worry. We already do more research than most of the people in the world, so it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, that's enough about Blue Sky. Now, I know this next one I'm going to talk about isn't technically a social media site, but it has a lot of social media elements to it, so we're going to count it anyway. And that being Roblox. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking about that. That's actually crazy. What in the fuck is that on? Anyways, so Roblox has been doing a lot of stupid shit for the past... Has it almost been 2 years now that I think about it? Or has it only been around a year? Regardless, there's been a lot of stupid shit with Roblox. Now, for those who do not know the entire story, or whatever, right? Why is that? There we go. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so Roblox has been doing a lot of dumb shit, primarily against a YouTuber known as Schlep. If you don't know who Schlep is, he was a YouTuber who primarily cat PDF files on Roblox, right? Because you guys gotta remember this. Roblox, at the end of the day, it was mainly targeted towards kids. That makes sense, right? It's always been that way, and it should, by proxy, be that way. Now, obviously, there are some more mature-themed Roblox games, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. I feel like there's some arguments to be had with how all that is, right? Because while, yes, the games on Roblox do have, like, age ratings, like, oh, all ages or mature, whatever, nothing's stopping you from going to said games, right? So I don't know how else to really just explain that. Like, I feel like there should be like two separate ratings for Roblox. That's like, maybe they do have two separate ratings. I don't know. I haven't been on there in a long while because of this shit, and it just keeps on getting worse. But anyways, so Schlep, he's catching people on, he's catching PDFs on Roblox, and instead of Roblox being like, oh, this guy's doing a great job protecting our community, or oh, maybe we should hire him for shit, or oh, we should kill Shivani's dog. That would be like awesome. Please, someone get rid of this trash thing. Instead of doing any of that, they're just like, cease and desist, motherfucker. Now, why did they do it? Well, there's an airplane, for starters. I'm having fun. I could be playing Spider-Man. Anyways, yeah, all we do know, for the most part, at least from what I've seen, there could have been more stuff that was revealed. But overall, it was basically just like, oh yeah, predators are just an opportunity. And I'm like, bro, you can't say that, Roblox. You cannot. What the hell? What the hell? What the fuck? So yeah, let that sink in for a bit, right? Let that fucking sink in for a bit. I knew Roblox was dumb. Like, I knew they made a lot of dumb decisions. But that, holy shit, dude. Holy shit, that's actually so fucking crazy. That is actually insane, them saying that. And in recent news, talking about Roblox with Schlep, I think it was CrimeCon it was, right? It was some sort of convention. I guess, I never heard of it up until this point, so do forgive me. I don't really know too much about it. But basically, Chris Hansen and Schlep were on there, and for reference, I think Chris Hansen's like this, like, he does a lot of stuff with, like, law and, like, all sorts of other shit, right? Like, I don't know if he's a lawyer or whatever. Again, I've only really, like, heard of him recently. What I do know is they were on together, and they were looking at this game on Roblox called Romeet, which was almost like, I wouldn't want to say a dating app per se, but it was basically a dating app. It was basically a dating app on Roblox. In every sense of the word, it was a fucking dating app on Roblox, and it was, it was obviously gross. It was problematic. I don't think I need to tell anybody that. And in the middle of that, while this was live streamed, might I add, Roblox banned the account that they were using on there while they were talking about, like, yeah, Roblox is just defending, PDFs and all that shit, Preds and whatever. And it's like, bro, there's no way. There's actually no way that Roblox did this. So yeah, Roblox is, still a cesspool. That's why I stopped playing it. Because, like, dude, I'm not condoning this shit. I always thought to myself, and here's the thing. I don't think I would even want to go back now because they've been doing some more stupid shit since I last hopped on. It includes the following, but not limited to, slowly removing 2D clothing. Oh my god, why are we doing this? So, for reference, I think it was either earlier this year or sometime last year, I'm not entirely sure, but Roblox was basically saying, hey, we're going to say goodbye to classic faces, which, for those who do not know, is basically just the standard PNGs that you could put on your character's face. Those were the faces, right? Classic faces. Or 2D faces, whatever you want to call them. So Roblox either got rid of them or made them not as prominent, which obviously sucks because a lot of people liked them. Now, admittedly, that didn't bother me too much because I was using, like, different heads on my Robloxian that just sort of... I was using different heads on my Robloxian that were more anime themed, which I know I'm cringe. But, I was doing that instead, so, like, I didn't really mind that, but I also wasn't a fan either because I've been playing Roblox since I was, like, 9 or 10 years old. So I grew up with those classic faces, So seeing them just, like, either become obsolete or not as used or whatever, like, that's stupid. That sucks. We're destroying history right here. So anyways, now they're doing the same with 2D clothing, or the classic clothing. So basically, again, I don't remember when they add this. I know that's going to be me saying that a lot. I don't remember this, I don't remember that. I'm sorry, okay? I just woke up. I'm tired. Leave me alone. But anyways, I don't remember when this was, but Roblox introduced 3D clothing, which was basically like a new set of clothing that was, well, hence the name 3D. It was supposed to add like more depth to your Roblox avatar. Now, I primarily didn't use them for one reason and one reason in particular, and that was because most games did not use them. There were some places where if you had 3D clothing and the experience didn't utilize it, then you would just go in without your 3D clothing. How do I know that's the case? Well, not only has it happened to me, but it basically made Jordan's character completely naked. If you guys have seen my Pillar Chase video on the main channel, which, go check that out. I'm never going to play Pillar Chase again because of Roblox's stupid shit. But, you know. Anyways, yeah, so nobody really liked the 3D clothing. And those who did kind of like them, they weren't, like, frolicking around, like, through the flower fields or whatever over them. They were just like, okay, it's here. We have to live with that. So, I don't think they're fully removing 2D clothing, but they're definitely going to try to get there. That's what it feels like to me. So, what are they doing exactly? Well, let's say, for example, I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say I had a shirt up on sale, like a classic shirt on sale. It was just like a normal, like, purple jacket. We'll use that just as an example for this. And I've had it on the shop, like, let's say for about 5 years or so. Now, Roblox came out with this new thing to where you need to have a Roblox Plus subscription in order to keep everything that you have on sale for classic clothing. It might be an overall thing. It might not only be exclusive to classic clothing, but I've heard that it was only for classic clothing. So if I am wrong and it actually is just for overall clothing, please do let me know, because I could be entirely wrong. But anyways, you need a subscription to upkeep that, even though for years we never needed that. So basically, I'm going to get punished and have my purple jacket removed from the store, despite me having it up for 5 years, just because I didn't want to pay the Pred Defenders. Like, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And this includes even clothing from users who might not even use Roblox anymore, but they still had their stuff up because, like, well, whatever, right? Who cares? So, yeah, even if I wanted to go back to Roblox, which I fucking don't, but even if I hypothetically did, I wouldn't even enjoy it as much because we have lost all the fucking clothing up. Well, not all of them, because there probably is some people who have Roblox Plus who don't care about all that shit and whatever, which, you know, that's fine. It's your money, I guess, but I feel like you should use your money in places that doesn't defend Preds, but what do I know? What do I know? But it's just stupid, man. I mean, most people like the classic clothing. Like, let me say this. Are the 3D clothing, like, more, what's the word? I don't know. I guess, like, they're technically better in the sense that, oh, it's 3D now. There's more depth to it. Like, sure, but a lot of the charm doesn't exist with 3D clothing as much as it does for 2D clothing. Like, we don't really want this shit. Hell, most of the 3D clothing barely works on some body types anyway. So most people who want to use some of this stuff can't even use them because it's like, oh, well, it doesn't work for the Roblox body type that I like. So it's like, yeah, why would I even do this? And there's more, of course. Like them pulling a Ubisoft. What I mean by that exactly is that they're blaming us for their lack of monetary gain. Now, recently there was a report on how much Roblox was earning, right? And it basically went from, wow, they're rich to, wow, they're rich, but it's completely declining. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a massive player base on Roblox, but the dip that they had was still tremendously huge. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a game drop the ball that quickly. Well, okay, that's not true. But I've never seen a game that was like one of the highest high drop that low. Does that make sense? There was probably another game that actually did drop that low, but, you know, it's whatever. And it's like, damn, man, how do you fuck up this badly? They're blaming us because, oh, people aren't making good games or whatever. Bro, have you seen all the brain rot shit that's on there? There hasn't been any good games on Roblox. And the good games in question are all fucking asymmetrical horror games, which, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with them. I love the genre. Like, I want to make that clear. I love the genre. So I don't have an issue. I'm just saying that that's all we've really been getting for the most part. And if there is anything else that's bigger on Roblox, like that isn't an ASIM game or whatever, it's not like you push those games out, Roblox. All the algorithm is just brain rot garbage. Brain rot garbage that only 2-year-olds would enjoy. And if you are someone who's above 2 and you say you like the brain rot crap, dude, how old are you actually? I know I always preach shit saying like, oh, everyone's got their own opinion. We have no right to judge. No, that's the only time where I'm not justifying it, because 99% of the brain rot shit is AI anyway. So I'm not justifying that. That's stupid. That's dumb. Just like how you guys shouldn't be justifying this gameplay. I'm probably doing this in the slowest way possible, and everybody who's played Power Wash Sim is just yelling at me to do better. That's not my fucking problem. But also, I just think it's funny. But it also doesn't help that they had like the price shit for like, oh, you need to pay this much to publish your game, or you need to pay you need to sell your kidney for all this. I'm like, bro, before we just needed to only pay if we wanted to have more than one game up. That was what we had back then. Like, if we wanted more than one game like published at a time, then we had to pay, which was fine. That was a fine system. Like, we could have at least one game published for free, but if we wanted more or whatever, then we pay up. That's fine. I personally don't have an issue with that. I mean, I feel like maybe the published games could have been 2 instead of 1, but I'm not going to fully complain because, you know, one game alone could do quite a bit, so I'm sure people can make it work. And people have, so, you know. But no, now it's like, oh, you want a game published in general? Money. Money. I just thought about the fucking SpongeBob. I don't know. I've just lost all respect for Roblox to where even if all this shit... The only way how I could see myself going back to Roblox is if everybody who works there, who is perfectly okay with what's going on, like, let me keep that in mind, are perfectly okay with all this shit. Because there's probably people who are working at Roblox as we speak who are not okay with how things are going down at all. There's probably a lot of people there who absolutely despise how the site is turning out and everything. And they either want it to stop, slow down, or just whatever, right? They want some things to change. I'm sure there's probably still some good people up there at Roblox. So anyways, I want if everybody from Roblox that isn't a part of that group, this isn't the part of the people that are like, we should probably stop this. Once they're gone, or at the very least, change their fucking ways, which I heavily doubt that portion, then sure, I'll probably go back. But that's a fucking long shot if I do say so myself. ReZero opening. There's probably a lot more that has happened with Roblox's bullshit, but it's not a lot that I remember off the top of my head. So if there is anything else, you guys can talk about it in the comments or whatever. Who's gonna stop you, right? But yeah, that's kind of all I have to mention in terms of social media sites and whatever. I don't really use a lot, so if there was anything else that was happening with sites like, I don't know, Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, I don't use those. So, like, I wouldn't know if there is or isn't anything going on. Where did this thing come from? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video because, A, I haven't posted on this channel in a little bit, so I needed to get something out. And B, I did say that I would make a video like this, and I was like, well, enough happened with a couple of these sites that I either utilize or used to utilize, so I might as well make a video off of it. I might as well do something with it. That was kind of the long story short of it. I was just thinking like, I'm already here. Why the fuck not? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I want to also make this clear that I'm not going to flack anybody for using or not using any of these sites or whatever that I mentioned before, because it's your time or money, depending on what you want to do, right? Do whatever you want. I mean, I wouldn't recommend giving money to Roblox at all, considering all the stupid decisions that they've made, but again, it's your money. You probably earned it, or maybe you got it from, like, I don't know, gifts from people or whatever. The point is, it's your cash. Do what you want with it. Like, I can like ask you not to give money to Roblox, but that's not in a way to stop you, okay? You could still do whatever you want. Because I know I wouldn't want a lot of people telling me how to use my money, as long as it's not... Like, don't get me wrong, if I'm spending money on something I really shouldn't be, like, you know, something Harry Potter related, then yeah, stop me. Stop me if I ever do that. I don't even give a fuck about Harry Potter, so I don't know why the fuck I would ever do that. But on the hypothetical that I do, which again, very slim chance, please stop me. Please stop me for the love of fucking God. Like, I wouldn't even hate watch that shit. Like, fucking hell, cunt. Anyways, that's kind of all I have for this video. Yeah, it was just me mumbling about different social medias and shit. I think future videos that I make like these will be me playing Power Wash Sim, because I can't fuck around with Minecraft no more. It just ain't gonna happen, dog. Don't get me wrong, I would like to, but managing some shit with shaders and a bunch of other stuff, it felt like trying to get into Phantasy Star Online 2 before it came out to the West. Absolutely annoying and obnoxious for the sake of being absolutely annoying and obnoxious. Okay, well, it wasn't for the sake of it. Obviously, the people who worked on the tweaker did their best, but, you know, it is what it is, right? And I've made some progress on here. Look at fucking that. It still looks fucking hideous. I've only done pretty much just one half of the fucking gas station. And even that half's not complete. Like, look at this gross shit. I'm so fucking pissed. Look at this. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure what I'll talk about next time I make a video on here, but I'm sure we'll come up with something. We'll see. Hope you have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever it is you're at when you're watching this video. And, yeah, just be sure to have a good one.